Standard 10, English, lesson number 2.6, Science and Spirituality, Part 3. A few years later, in the early 1980s, Professor Satish Dhawan, a director of ISRO under whom Dr. Kalam had made his first unsuccessful launch in 1970 and then a successful one in 1980, had provided him with more soul shaping wisdom. So, here Srijan Pal Singh, the author of this lesson, tells us the role of Professor Satish Dhawan in the life of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He tells us how Professor Satish Dhawan gave shape to the wisdom of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. One day in 2012, we were discussing the number of PhDs Dr. Kalam had received. He said to me, Srijan, Professor Dhawan had so many master's degrees, all from the best institutions, no less. So I asked him how one can become so academically accomplished. He responded, saying that academic brilliance is no different from the brilliance of a mirror, which can be diminished by a coating of dust. Only when the dust is removed does the mirror shine and the reflection becomes clear. We can remove the impurities. Obscuring means making unclear our souls by living pure and ethical lives and by serving humanity. So one day, while Srijan Pal Singh was discussing with APJ Abdul Kalam, he asked him about the number of PhDs Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam had received. And then APJ Abdul Kalam told him that Professor Dhawan had more master's degrees from the very good institutions. And then he told him something very important, that academic brilliance is not something different than a mirror, okay, coated with dust. If we clear the mirror, okay, everything gets clear to you, okay. In short, he wanted to say that we have knowledge within, but we have to clear the impurities from our mind and everything will be clear to us. We can remove the impurities obscuring our souls by living pure and ethical lives and by receiving humanity. And then God will shine through us. These words took me back to my meeting with Dr. Kalam after my graduation from IIMA in 2009. At the time, he had advised me to use my degree and gold medal to transform the society I lived in. Back in the present moment, it suddenly struck me that Dr. Kalam's advice had, in fact, directly resonated from Professor Dhawan's beliefs. The more I lived and worked with Dr. Kalam, the more I realized that though his words of wisdom, I was getting to learn from countless great minds. So here, the author tells us that how APJ Abdul Kalam used to think in a spiritual way. He used to say that we have to clear the impurities from our mind, from our soul. And then, means, in short, if we are living an ethical life, okay, we are serving humanity, then everything will be clear to us. Means if we have a very pure mind and pure soul, okay, then we can reach to any level of brilliance, okay. Now, the author has shared one experience of his when he did his graduation from IIMA in 2009, and that time APJ Abdul Kalam advised him to use his brilliance, okay, and his knowledge, okay, for the benefit of the people. His gold medal should be beneficial for the society. That is what he told him. In April 2009, Dr. Kalam was invited to attend the 102nd birthday celebrations of His Holiness Dr. Sri Sri Shivakumara Mahaswamiji in the Tumkur district of Karnataka. Mahaswamiji is a remarkable person who has dedicated his life to the service of humanity. His greatest contribution in the establishment of a free residential education system for more than 9,000 children in the ashram, the most astonishing aspect of the entire event of his birthday was that the 102-year-old Swamiji stood on his feet without any support. He looked as steady and alert as any other youngster present there. This display of inner strength touched Dr. Kalam deeply. So one more experience has been shared by Srijan Pal Singh, and that is when Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam got an invitation to attend 102nd birthday of His Holiness Dr. Sri Shivakumara Mahaswamiji in Tumkur district of Karnataka. So that time, when Swamiji got up on the stage at that age of 102nd, okay, that particular picture touched Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Now Swamiji is a person who has provided free accommodation to more than 9,000 students in his ashram. Okay, and when APJ Abdul Kalam saw him, okay, very steady and alert as any other youngster present there, he was deeply touched. A couple of days later, we were discussing this